We see Eastlink, so when they switch over, when you see us, we're on live. Okay, how about your mics? Are they working?
I don't know, put yours on and I'll test it. Yeah, there's Danny's. Thank you.
Another one.
Good. You're on.
Testing, yep.
Okay, can we start?
You wait until we see us here. Then we're on Eastlink tonight, right?
We're on Eastlink, but we don't have to be on Eastlink. It's 7:30. 7:29, sorry. My mistake, 7:29.
Look, I'm a acting CAO. We wait for the
You guys raised at the tournament.
I'm the mayor. We don't wait. No, I don't. How you doing, Kev? Good.
Anything can happen. She would have made me faint.
That's true.
Oh my goodness, this is too funny. It's the first time I've ever seen that happen. Yeah. Okay, well, there you go. All right, we'll call the meeting to order. We'll stand for the singing of O Canada. Record of attendance, Linda, you're good? Declaration of the conflict of interest, anyone? Approval of agenda, any additions or deletions?
Move we accept the agenda as circulated, Your Worship.
Moved and seconded, discussion? Question's been called, all those in favor? Aye. Contrary? Motion carried. Approval of minutes, Town Council, special meeting, July 14th. Moved and seconded, discussion?
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor? Aye. Contrary? Motion carried. Town Council, July 14th.
So, second, Your Worship.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? Question's been called. All those in favor? Aye. Contrary? Motion carried. And Committee of the Whole, July 28th.
So moved.
Moved and seconded. Discussion?
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor? Aye. Contrary? Motion carried. Business arising, second reading, amendment to the vacant building bylaw. Go ahead, Jerry. You want to do that? You're our CAO for this evening, although I have it on good authority that our other CAO is watching. Hello, Mr. Gushu.
I understand with the change of this bylaw, it's just to cover the boarding up and or partial vacancies. So buildings that are only partially vacant, that are still boarded up, still need to get the proper permits for that. And any opening would make them qualify for that as well. So.
Okay. So what's the next step here?
Proposed amendments to the town's vacant bylaw? Is that it?
Moved and seconded? Question's been called. All those in favor? Aye. Contrary? Motion carried. And we did have, actually, Councillor Mooney, I think you spoke to them too, and Deputy McLeod. We had a couple folks in here, so we'll need to speak with the bylaw enforcement officer about that, the issue with that building. Maybe get it torn down.
Begin speaking with Jerry, and who will follow
Yes.
up with Russell. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, good. Reports. Council Advisory Committees. Deputy? Go ahead.
I usually have to wait till 8:30 or 9 o'clock for
know.
this.
I hope Eastling's got some good stuff to put on.
So there's 12 items on the motions from the committee as a whole from July the 28th. Number one, I move that the petition requesting the Town of Yarmouth's fire prevention bylaw be abolished, be received and placed on file.
So moved. Do I have a seconder? Second by Councillor Dennis. You're going to ask a question?
Yeah, on the issue, what is the procedure if somebody wants to change some of the aspects of the fire prevention bylaws? We talked about self-contained fires in backyards and proximity to people's homes, and what's the next process? Because I know we've had quite a few letters in support of abolishing or amending the bylaw, but we've also had some letters that are against any changes in the bylaw. And I know if we did the latter, if we ever changed it, I know like the Blue Dot people and some other people would have some concerns over. So what's the next step if we want to have a look at that and have some public input into making a new one or amending the old one?
Go ahead.
I think your next step is council's direction, I guess, that we had the, I guess, the petition sent to us with a lot of signatures, and it was placed on file. It's your choice if you want to change our open fire burning permits. I think you had the chief speak about that and at that point. So their next step is, I guess, come back to council if they're not happy, or if the chief would like to,
You
if
can-
he knows more.
Yeah. Thank you, Chief.
Hello. Yes, the next step, if you want some changes to the bylaw, someone has to make a recommendation for what that change is, and then you vote on it for us to take a look at it and come back with whatever you would like. As an example, if you wanted to change it to have setbacks, we would go back, we would look at, bring forward some ideas for setbacks and go from there. But it would have to be direction from council. So someone make a motion for us to go back and look at a certain part of the bylaw, whatever part you want, and then if that passes, we go back and look at it and come back again.
Or we can do that committee of the whole.
I think, yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
life, but
No, you
that'd be something
got one now. You want it?
yeah.
Sure. Go ahead.
I'll make a motion that we refer the fire prevention bylaw back to the committee of the whole for further discussion. That's after we vote on the
So we need,
receiving the petition,
Okay.
which is two separate issues.
Yeah. So,
That's right.
yeah,
And we're just receiving that and placing it on file.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're voting on this to place, to receive it on file. So we're going to vote on that one first.
so did we vote positive on this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary? Motion carried. Your motion was to
Refer to committee of the whole,
refer to committee of the whole, the fire,
prevention bylaw.
yeah, okay?
Second.
Moved
And
and,
maybe we can, yeah,
Yeah.
and we can discuss it further at that.
okay, moved and seconded, discussion?
Question.
Question's been called, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary? Motion carried. Thank you, chief.
I move that $150,000 to be committed to the facade program for the next fiscal year be referred to budget.
Second.
ahead.
Thank you, Your Worship. Now, when you say the next fiscal year, is that, that's not 16, 17, that's 17? Now, is that, I think I read something in here where it's extended from, where does it extend from? Does it extend, or is it just in the same place?
Okay, so what we did this year was we just kept the same area.
That's right, yeah.
Phase 1.
Yeah.
Phase 2, it extends both ways. I think it even goes west and east.
Yeah, it's a bigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll
I
go-
missed the meeting, so what, how far south does it go?
I don't think they said, but it's going to encompass up to Argyle Street. Yeah,
As far as Argyle
it's
Street?
going to be at least Argyle.
I would hope so, that it would.
yes.
And northways, how far is that?
Yeah.
Fountain to Fountain?
Could be.
That's great, that's good news. I'll support that. Thank you.
Good. Question's
Yeah.
been called. All those in favor? Aye. Contrary? Motion carried.
I move that the matter of downtown Yarmouth streetscapes upgrades be deferred.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Question's been called. All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary? Motion carried.
Maybe, Your Worship, we could just explain that before. It's not that we're deferring, we're just kind of working around
Yeah, go ahead.
some budgeting issues. That's what we're doing right now, so.
Yeah, it's a waiting game.
It's a
We
waiting
haven't-
game.
we
That's right.
haven't
It's
said
not
we're
deferred
going to do it.
indefinitely. It's just, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I move that council adopt the policy concerning the disposal of surplus fire apparatus.
Moved and seconded. You happy, chief?
Question?
Go ahead,
Or-
Council.
Yeah. I'll wait till he gets over here. How are you this evening, Chief?
Good.
That's good. I had read some of this, and I'm just wondering, you're going to have a policy. In your policy, where you, hopefully you'll have in consideration of looking at other departments or other nonprofit organizations where we could perhaps offer whatever we have at a, maybe a dollar thing or whatever to help our sister municipalities. Is that going to be thought of in some of your policies, or have you given that any thought at all?
Yes, that's the whole point of the policy.
Great.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to give assets to other fire departments so that we can then gain again from those assets for larger fires. They'll come back in. As an example, if it's a rescue and we need it at a larger fire,
Yeah.
they can come back in and we're still getting to use that asset.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's helping the other communities out,
Great.
like the municipality.
Great, because I know, having worked provincially and federally, when they had closures of some particular offices or sites, that they would give surplus kitchen equipment, office equipment, or whatever, to nonprofit organizations. They would put it out there, like the hospital. When they closed the hospital, they went to nonprofit organizations and they asked, "Is there anything in here that you can use?" And if there is, here's a timeline for you can come and you can not purchase, you can take it for nothing. Same as the jail did when they closed the old site up. They gave everything they could to nonprofit organizations that wanted it. So I think it's a great idea, and I'm glad that you're going to put that in your policy.
Works
Thank
out
you,
very
Chief.
well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Okay, so was that seconded? Okay, moved and seconded. Any discussion? Question's been called. All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary? Motion carried. Go ahead, Deputy.
I move that first reading of the amendments to the streets and sidewalks bylaw be approved.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Question's been called. All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary? Motion carried.
I move that staff investigate alternate ways to find $2,500 to fund the Starlight project for Yarmouth and Acadian Shores.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? Question's been called. All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary? Motion carried. Now, we found a way. Go ahead, Jerry.
Talked to our economic development officer where this kind of fits, and reviewed her budget and looked at the different activities she had planned for the year, and in doing so, she figures that she can cover this $2,500 request out of her funds.
Okay? So, can we do a motion right now that we accept that?
I don't
Go
think you
ahead.
have to.
No,
Don't have to? Okay, good,
this motion covers that.
good enough. I just want to be able to tell Neil, okay? Go ahead.
I move that a letter of sympathy be sent to the Rodney family on the passing of Ken Rodney.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Question's been called. All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary? Motion carried.
I move that a Pride-themed colored mural be painted on the sidewalk in front of the Visitors Information Center.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Question's been called. All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary? Motion carried.
I move that staff be directed to look into the infrastructure at South Playground for a splash park.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? Question's been called. All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary? Motion carried.
I move that the town of Yarmouth proceed with the plan for the Doug Melanson Park, with Phase 1 being paid for, or being paid by the town of Yarmouth, and Phase 2 and 3 through the Doug Melanson Park Steering Committee.
Moved and seconded. Discussion?
Question.
Thank you, Your Worship. The Phase 1, what is the cost of Phase 1? It's 50,000? Did we budget for that some time ago, did we? And that was part of the conditions, I think. I know, Your Worship, you had some concern, I had some concern if we did promise to do that at that time, and you've read, and I think we have. We made that commitment for the first 50,000. Then the other Phase 2 and 3, whatever, would be up to the fundraising part of the committee that's wants to park up there. Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Good. Moved and seconded.
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary? Motion carried.
I move that the request to advertise in the church bulletin be received and placed on file.
Moved and seconded. Discussion. Question's been called. All those in favor? Aye. Contrary? Motion carried.
Last one, I move that staff investigate the 3D sidewalk concept and refer to the Waterfront Development Corporation for a future project.
Yep, go ahead.
What is a 3D sidewalk?
Yeah, you can Google it. It's painted on, I think, but it looks like it's 3D because of the way it's,
Like it could have a hole,
yeah.
and you're looking down at the hole, even though it's not really.
Yeah.
Like just different, depends on
It could
Just-
look like a set of stairs, it could look like.
Just like a 3D movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We'll put one right in front of Sweeney's.
Okay, motion was made. Did you have a question, Counselor? Oh, okay. Okay, moved and seconded.
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Contrary? Motion carried.
That's it, Your Worship.
Good job. No citizen advisory committees. Any questions for committee chairs? No additions, approval of invoices. Sorry. 15 minutes in. I guess, I think 17 minutes in, I think maybe the financial officer should be running. It's got to be the CAO. Oh, my dear. Okay, approval of invoices, please.
So, okay.
Moved
Second.
and seconded by everyone. Question's been called. All those in favor? Aye. Contrary? Motion carried. And the date of next meeting, what have you got there, Linda? September 15th. Oh, yes, it did change, because we're all, because half of us are away. Away out of the, yeah. I just have to look, September 15th. I'm probably not here then either. I'm away on the 15th, too. I'm away. Jeff's away. Oh, we changed it anyway. There was a good reason for it. Okay, and a motion to adjourn. Go out and enjoy the rest of the town this evening.